Good to see y'all. Want to start it off?
Evan, how do you guys kind of bounce back from a game where it just feels like everything went wrong?
Yeah, I think it's win or loss, 24-hour rule. You come back into the building, you look at it, see what you did wrong. Did a lot wrong. Wasn't pretty, obviously. You learn from it and you move on. You can't let a bad game beat you. It's a long season. You got a long games. When it comes down to it, it's an L in your win-loss column, and you move on to it. And next week, it would really be bad if you let one loss turn into two because you don't come out and perform in the next week, which I don't believe this team will. So.
You guys sort of did that after the opener against the Rams, and then went to Detroit and won a game and all that. Does that experience help at all? Or?
Yes and no. I think every situation is going to definitely be different. So we had a good work day yesterday. So we put another good one today, and keep moving.
What have you noticed in your quarterback this week? Anything in particular?
Say one more time.
What have you noticed in your quarterback, Pho Smith, this week? Anything in particular?
Yeah, I think just between him and the whole team, I think it's just a new locked in focus up. You lose a game like that, it's definitely eye awakening to say the least. But I think everybody's handled it the right way, and it's been a good week so far.
We've had a lot of different offensive linemen in and out. What's been the key in keeping it cohesive?
Yeah, I say it every time I'm up here is, communication, making sure everybody knows exactly what's going on, what the targets are, stuff like that is really the biggest thing when it comes down to it. Trusting everybody in the system to play their assignment, do their job. So communication between the five of us up front, for sure.
Does it change your job much when it's a different line almost every week versus if it was the same five guys week to week?
No, I try to treat it the exact same. I think whoever we have out there is a capable player who's able to do everything that is being asked of them. So I just try to keep everybody on the same page and continue with what we're doing.
In your experience, when it comes to getting the running game going, is it a certain number of runs that need to be called in a row? Is it staying on the field for the entire length of the field? Like, what's that thing that tips it towards the edge of a strong ground game?
Yeah, I think pretty much anywhere I've been, it's been getting a drive started. You don't get off on a good, getting that first down, in my opinion, is the biggest thing. Whether you're, throwing a quick pass and picking it up, it's just kind of that drive starter to get the drive going. Once you get that first down, you end up getting in kind of a rhythm for, whatever reason. No matter where I've been, it's always the same thing. You get that first down, you get into a rhythm, drive kind of goes from there. So I think just, staying on task, ahead of the sticks is big, and just playing in a rhythm.
When you look at the film with Washington, what are their games against Philadelphia tell you?
Yeah, we're obviously very competitive in those, and obviously Philly's a great team. I think that, they do a great job up front. Speaking on, what I'm watching those guys, both those guys inside do a fantastic job. They're really good players in both the run and the pass, so I think handling those guys is a big thing. But yeah, I think it's clearly a team that's able to, play and run with the best of them there. So I think, it's definitely got to come out and, have a much better performance than we did.
And Baltimore was able to knock down a few passes at the line of scrimmage. That hasn't been a problem for you guys hardly whatsoever. What do you kind of take away from that? Are they just really good at it? Is it just a random thing that happens when it comes up? Like, what do you read into those kind of plays?
Yeah, I think it's, batted balls happen. I think it was a combination of when they happened, felt like they were all kind of in a row, meddled with some negative plays in there. So I think that kind of looks on it. But yeah, it's a combination of, doing our best to feel like when you feel, a defensive lineman versus an edge rusher is kind of easier to feel when he lets off on his rush. You're like, okay, his next thing is going to be to jump. So you can kind of feel that. Edge rushers, I think it's a hard job to ask. They get a batted ball. It's a hard job to ask those guys to, try and get his hands down, as you hear. But yeah, I think it was just they timed him up well when they jumped, and we got to do our best just to keep their hands down, keep the pressure on.
When you guys have gotten the run game going in the past, how does that affect the way you're able to protect Geno when there's multiple threats?
Yeah, I think anytime you're able to run the ball efficiently, brings down the box, opens up deeper passing game. But I think it's really just about staying on schedule with our offense in the way that, when we're rolling and we get kind of into a rhythm, we're looking really good out there. But you start to get off rhythm, you get behind the chains, you have negative plays, those things, they kill us. So, just got to eliminate those as best you can. Anybody else?
Anything else?
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you.